When a woman I'm going to call Diane was about 48, her heart started racing and pounding and skipping kind of out of nowhere. It really scared her so badly that she ended up in the hospital more than once. Well, here's the part that still makes me a little upset. Lying in that hospital bed, Diane noticed her blood pressure and her heart rate would start to climb, and every single time it was in the middle of a hot flash. She pointed that out to the doctors and the nurses, but they brushed it off. Nobody really wanted to say that a 48-year-old woman going through menopause might be having heart symptoms because of her hormones. Well, in her words, they knew. They knew. Diane spent years like that. She was scared, she was dismissed, gaslighted, going from test to test and treatment to treatment, still not really feeling right. It wasn't until she finally got her hormones addressed that her heart settled down and she got her life back. She feels like herself again, back in her craft room doing what means the most to her. Diane's heart was trying to tell her something, and for years, nobody was really listening. Let's talk about what her doctors kept missing and what you can do about it. Well, maybe you've been in that same situation as Diane. You go to your doctor or the urgent care and you try to describe it to them, the fluttering, the pounding, and that awful feeling that your heart just skipped a beat or grabbed your breath for a second. But then every test comes back fine. It's normal. They tell you your heart looks perfectly healthy and they send you home. So you're left at 2 in the morning with your hand on your chest and you're wondering, why won't my heart just settle down? That question sort of haunts a lot of women, and almost nobody gives them a real answer. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what is most likely happening with those heart palpitations and what actually can make a difference. Well, I'm Steve Goldring, the hormone pharmacist. I've spent a couple of decades studying menopause and hormones, and I'm here to help. Let's figure out how your hormones might fit into what you're going through, especially if you're having heart palpitations. If you want to go a little deeper, I've developed a 7-step program that I call the Menopause Solution. It's specifically built to help you feel like yourself again after menopause, but more on that at the end of the video. Well, this is the first of a series of videos I'm doing on the menopause symptoms that doctors often miss. I'm starting with heart palpitations because of all those symptoms, this is the one that tends to be the scariest for women. Well, what's most likely causing that fluttering heartbeat? Why do your tests keep coming back clean and normal? How do you know when it actually is your heart that's the problem? And most importantly, what's the most effective way to deal with those skipping, fluttering heart feelings? Before we go on, let me know in the comments. Is any of this sounding familiar to you? Have you struggled with a fluttering heart or heart palpitations or a heartbeat that sort of takes your breath away? I'd love to know your story about your heart. A hard, crashing beat every few beats, a flutter, a skip, a sudden racing heart that comes out of nowhere. A woman who commented on one of my earlier videos put it this way: I've had crazy heart palpitations day and night for months on end. It's affecting my sleep and my quality of life. I had heart tests done and they all came back normal, and they sent me home with basically no help. Another woman told me she was starting to feel like she was dying. Well, if that's you, I want you to hear me clearly. That fear isn't just weakness. It's not you being dramatic. It's part of the symptom. You're not overreacting. There are usually 2 different doors that your doctor might tend to send you through when you go through this situation with heart palpitations. Door number 1 is the brush off. Oh, it's nothing. Don't even worry about it. One woman is told exactly that and said, well, it's easy for that guy to say when it's not his heart that's pounding out of his chest. Door number 2 is the full cardiovascular workup. It's the EKG, the stress test, the 24-hour, it's called a Holter monitor that goes across your chest, the echocardiogram, sometimes even a catheter that goes through your wrist or your groin, and a full cardiac angiogram. And after all that, they tell you, oh, everything's perfectly normal. But both doors leave you in the same place. You're still scared, but you don't really have any answers as to what's going on with your heart. And here's why they keep finding nothing with all those tests. When doctors monitor your heart palpitations in general, when I mentioned the Holter test, catches an actual rhythm problem maybe 10 to 15% of the time, and an EKG taken when you're not in the middle of an episode of palpitations catches even less than a Holter. So a normal result isn't a surprise, it's kind of expected. In studies of women in menopause, these palpitations weren't usually tied to a dangerous heart rhythm problem specifically. In most cases, palpitations came along with hot flashes and anxiety, not with some type of heart problem. The cause was hormonal. That's the one door that almost no doctor thinks to walk through. Well, here's the most important message about heart palpitations after menopause. It's almost never your heart. It's almost always your hormones. For most women, the tests weren't missing some hidden heart rhythm problem. In menopause, your estradiol drops, and that estrogen does a lot more than just prevent hot flashes. It also steadies the system that controls your heart rate and your stress response, your heart rhythm. When estradiol drops, that system gets sort of jumpy. It's pretty common. In a pretty big study called SWAN, the study of women across the nation, about half of the women had palpitations at some point across the transition from perimenopause through menopause. Another study called Ms. Flash showed about 1 in 4 women reported real distress from their heart racing or pounding. Whichever number you look at, you're not the exception. And it's all the same root problem. The same drop in estradiol is what drives the palpitations, the hot flashes, and the anxiety, all of them. So the racing heart and the wave of fear aren't two separate problems. They're the same problem, just wearing two different faces. You're not broken. You're not crazy. You're not rare. You're one of many women who've been through this after they go through menopause. What you're feeling in your heart has a real physical cause. I'm going to try not to wave you off the way a lot of doctors might do. Most palpitations are harmless, but not all of them. And I don't want you to skip this part. Get checked right away if you have any of these things. First of all, if you're passing out or you're nearly passing out, you feel like you're going to fall down. If your palpitations hit really hard when you're exercising, or if they last more than a few minutes. If you have a resting heart rate that stays really, really high and doesn't seem to go down, or, and this is important, if you have a family history of sudden cardiac death. If you already have known heart disease or some type of structural problem in your heart, that's also a different conversation because then it's much more likely to be a real heart rhythm issue and not only your hormones. A quick thing about testing, if your doctor wants to monitor you, a 2-week patch can catch maybe more palpitations than a quick EKG or a 24-hour Holter test. So proper testing is smart. You got to rule out the scary stuff and then go after the real cause. And that's the whole point. Rule out the dangerous things and then don't just stop there. Most women pass the workup and they still need a hormone answer. Don't let a clean test be the end of the story and just be confused about what's really going on. There's one more reason not to let anybody brush this off, especially a doctor. The evidence says that women with moderate to severe palpitations can show a higher risk of heart trouble later on down the road. So this symptom, while maybe it's not a problem now, it does deserve a real plan and not just a pat on the head. I'm not telling you all that to scare you. It's the opposite of the brush off. It means what you're feeling does make a difference and you are worth taking seriously. If you're ready for real answers, this is exactly the kind of thing we work through inside the Menopause Solution. That's my 7-step program to help you feel like yourself again. I also offer a weekly Q&A call and a private community of women going through the very same things that you are. Come and join us. The link is listed in the description and it's on the screen. So the whole message in one line, don't let them brush it off. Don't live in fear of it. Fix the root problem that's really causing the heart palpitations. So what actually helps with palpitations? Well, we'll start at the root. The real problem is the loss of estradiol. In most cases, that's the hallmark of menopause. When that estrogen falls, the system that steadies your heart loses the signal. So the answer is to give that estradiol back and not have it missing anymore. Of everything studied, replacing that missing estradiol with hormone therapy is the one option with real evidence that really shows that it eases those palpitations. The evidence is still limited, so I say that honestly and with care, but notice the pattern. If the root problem is the loss of estradiol, it just makes sense that replacing that estradiol is the most effective solution. Back to Melissa, a woman from the comments in my previous palpitations video. She had to beg her doctor for hormone replacement therapy, and when she finally got it, her palpitations went from all day, every day, down to maybe one every few hours. Here's a side note. You'll hear the usual advice to maybe cut caffeine and reduce stress and maybe look at your magnesium. Studies haven't really found caffeine to be the real driver of palpitations. Your hormones make a much bigger difference. Still, it's worth calming your stress and checking things like your thyroid, magnesium, and your iron. There's a particular type of iron called ferritin. Those might make a difference. It's a little questionable whether you can really make a difference with iron and magnesium. Now let me hand you some power for your next doctor's appointment, especially if you have palpitations. Bring these exact words. Could my palpitations be related to my hormones? How about this? Please help me rule out the red flags. And is estrogen an option for me? And if your doctor won't really engage with you on the hormone issue, it's completely okay to find somebody who actually understands menopause. You're not being difficult. You're being your own health advocate. You're not just being overly dramatic. You don't need anyone's permission to be taken seriously. Remember Diane that I mentioned at the beginning of the video? She lost years because nobody would listen to her. You don't have to suffer through that. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Your fluttering heart is most likely your hormones talking, not a heart problem that you have to live in fear of. And you deserve so much better than, oh, it's nothing, or your tests are fine, goodbye. In my next video in this series, I'll take on another symptom that doctors keep missing. One last thing, drop your palpitation story in the comments. I read every single one. Women like Diane and Melissa are the reason I make these videos in the first place. And yours might be the one comment that helps someone else feel a little bit less alone.